We finally reached the UI stage, friends. In this tutorial, we'll be focusing on the home view. We'll set up the navigation bar, add button, and establish a strong foundation for displaying journal entries, bringing us closer to the final look of our app. So let's get going. Let's just minimize this simulator and make sure that our previews are connected. There you have it. So first thing that we need to do is to delete all this and introduce the navigation stack that will encapsulate all the views that we have in our app. And for starters, let's add the same text. And now let's just add the navigation title, which is going to be Mood Scribbler. But as you see, this navigation title does not seem to appear. That's because we need to add this modifier inside the navigation stack. So if you do that, we can see that the large title appears and everything works as expected. As you see, the color is white of our background. We need to change that. So in order to do that, we can use a Z-stack. And for the color, we're going to use our custom app color theme that we created in previous tutorials. So for that, we're going to use app color theme.background color. So going back to home view, just type app color theme.background color. And we want to extend this color beyond this safe area. So to do that, just type ignore safe area. Now the text should be here. And not just the text, all the content that we will have. I really like to stay organized and avoid creating a massive body in SwiftUI. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to break this body into smaller components. To keep things clean, we can create an extension for the home view and add the subviews there. So let's just do that. Extension home view. And here we can just say private var main content some view and just return that text here. Here we can just say main content and have that navigation title over that main content. And in the future, we're just gonna write more code in this main content, or again, break this main content to smaller components and add them all in this extension here. As you can see, the navigation bar color doesn't yet quite match what I showed in the final app. That's because we need to add 3 key modifiers to make the navigation background color really pop out. In previous versions of SwiftUI, achieving this required heavy reliance on UIKit. But with iOS 16 and up, it's now much easier. Let me show you how. So the first modifier is going to be toolbar background. And for style, we're going to use app color theme.secondary background color or .navigation bar. Nothing yet happens, so let's go to the second modifier. That's gonna be .toolbar background visibility, and we're gonna select visible for navigation bar. Awesome. And I see that we mistakenly changed this with the inline. We don't need to do that. Leave it like this large. And the last one is gonna be .toolbar color scheme. I'm gonna select dark for navigation bar. So you see now that the title is white and the background is our secondary background color. Only thing that I would add is that we can change the opacity for this background color to make it a bit nicer. So opacity 0.5. Great. If you want to avoid hard coding a dark color scheme for the navigation bar, like you see here, I can show you a better alternative that sets the entire app to dark mode by default. Even with this setup, though, we'll still need to manage custom colors for dark mode since we're using our own palette. So if we comment this, you're gonna see that the colors are really messed up again. So what we can do, we can go to the project settings. Here under the info tab, you can press plus anywhere to add a new key and select appearance. You can see this option here. And for the value, just type capital D, dark, enter. Now, if you go back to a home view, without having this hard-coded dark mode selected for the color scheme, we can see that our navigation bar is looking neat. You can just delete this. Now we have just 2 modifiers that will make our navigation bar really stand out. The final step for this video is to add the plus or add button to the navigation bar in the top right corner. So let's do that. Under the tool background visibility, we can just type .toolbar. Let's create a private variable called add button that will be placed under the extension that we just created earlier. Here we can just type button, the action for that button, and as a label we're going to use a custom system image. So just type image system name plus dot app, and for the font I'm going to use the system font of size 18 and weight semi-bold. And there we have it. This button already has the background color, the accent color, because we set the accent color in the assets folder to be this bluish or grayish color. That's awesome. If you wonder how I came up with this name for the system image, Apple provides us with a set of icons that we can use. So if you just hit Command Space on your Mac and type SF symbols and hit enter, you can see that we have a really large collection of symbols that we can use. So if we want to search for a plus, we just write plus, and here is our icon that we just used. If you can't find SF symbols on your machine, you can go to developer.apple.com/SF symbols, and you can just download them there. And that's a wrap for this video. We covered how to add a navigation bar to our home view, set a custom background color, and added a large title for a polished look. We also looked at how to keep our view organized by splitting it into smaller components. Finally, we added a toolbar action button, allowing user to add a new journal entry. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we'll dive into creating our journal entry list in a scroll view. Until then, if you're enjoying my content, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and comment with any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them as best as I can. See you in the next one.